Hey guys, good morning. This is Rusty 78609 and I'm on the road again. I got to go across these little bumpy things to get back on the highway, so hang on. You're going to hear some noise. Hear that? Yeah, that's those little things they do so when you run off the road, you know it. Anyway, we're headed to Ruidoso again. Through Ruidoso. We're going to go out the other side. But it's so pretty in here, I thought, man, I got to do this. You know, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, is that nice or what? And my casita toes like a dream. I do like traveling. I do. I like this part right here. The driving ain't bad. And right now I'm just coasting down this mountain at 3 miles an hour. And I've been going uphill for a long time. Elevation here is about 7,500 feet. Temperature 59, top up down degrees, depending on how well you handle cold weather. And here we go, guys. Right now we're averaging 15.8. Why? Because we've been climbing. And anybody that knows anything about towing an RV knows that when you start going up the hills, your gas mileage drops dramatically. But yeah, on the road again. Nice day. And what I'm planning on doing now, I've got a plan and I've got a backup. I'm going to go to a little BLM campground near, it's not far from Ruidoso and Capitan. It's close to Fort Stanton, but they only have 5 sites. And if there's anything going on at Fort Stanton, and they always have musket firing, cannon firing events, and all kind of stuff going on there. So rarely can you find a site there, but they do have water and electric at 4 or 5 sites. I think it's 4. I could be wrong on that. But again, and it's an equestrian site, you know, so you know you got horses around some of the time. So it's not the quietest place, but it is. The price is okay. For me, a senior, I get 50% off. It's $5 a night. And, you know, they got water and electric, and it's got a cell phone signal there. Not great, about 2 bars maybe. Enough to do anything I want to do. It says Inn of the Mountain Gods, turn left. That's a casino out here that the Mescalero Apaches run. And it's beautiful. Yeah, they did good. Inn of the Mountain Gods Resort and Casino. Snoop Dogg is going to be here on June the 22nd, whoever that is. It says it's sailed out, and there's 2 other ones too. Yeah, it's a pretty drive here, guys. And that's what this is all about. I mean, you know, if I was at my home base in Central Texas, I'd be driving the same old road over to Walmart to go get groceries, or HEB and Marble Falls to go get groceries. But this way, it's pretty nice, and I love the temperature, because in my area in Central Texas, near my home base, it'll be in the 90s today. The humidity will be in the 60% range. Well, probably 40 to 60 in that range, depends if it's raining or not. And here the humidity will be low, and the temperature will be okay, because where I'm going, it's elevation about 6,800 feet, and check the weather nearby at the nearest town I could find, and it looks like the highs are going to be in the low 70s and the lows are going to be in right around 50, which is, man, for me that's perfect camping weather. And so that's where I'm headed. And I've got a backup. If it doesn't work out there, that they're all taken like sometimes they are, then I'll just drift over to Valley of the Fires, because I've been there several times and y'all have been with me a few times. And then from there, who knows? We'll worry about that. We'll worry about step 2, 3, 4 when I get step 1 out of the way. And if I can get a place there at this BLM, Bureau of Land Management campground, I'm probably going to have my mail for. I'm going to get a P.O. box at Capitan and just have my mail forwarded there for the next 2 or 3 months, and then that'll just be a central location, and I'll just bounce around these parks here, the BLM park, or campground, Valley of Fires, maybe drift up to Manzano Mountains. It's a little cold there now, and that's why I'm not going there today. But Yeah, it's really nice, man. This is perfect traveling weather. This is a good 4-lane highway. I don't like driving in the mountains on 2-lane roads. Why? Because I usually drive pretty slow. And a lot of people don't like that, and I understand that. If I was one of the people behind me, I'd be going, hey guy, will you speed up or get off the road or something? But this way, they've got an open path to go right on around me, and that makes me comfortable and them too, and everybody's in harmony. But yeah, this is the Mescalero Indian, or scratch that, Mescalero Native American reservation. I'm gonna see what gasoline is at their pumps. Well, at the casino here, it shows to be $2.76, and it's probably a little cheaper here because it's $2.79, I think, in Ruidoso, which is not far down the road. We're not far from Ruidoso, but that's called Casino Apache. You can actually park there overnight in an RV, but you just got to ask them. At some of the casinos, you can, and it's for free. You know, what they want you to do is gamble, of course. But anyway, that's sort of my plan. We'll have a little triangle in here where we can just bounce around for the next few months while it's hot in Central Texas, and that's one of the primary reasons for me leaving my home base in Central Texas is because it just gets flat hot there in the summer. You know, we've had 2 months in a row of over 100 degrees in the summer, and that, folks, is not comfortable. You know, you can't sit outside, you know, and I like to do that. And so anyway, it says speed limit 45, and I'm going 50, so I better slow down. My gas mileage has jumped up now to about 16.8 because we're coming down a little mountain. And this is Lincoln County line, Lincoln County. This is Billy the Kid made this area famous, and man, if you ever saw a picture of him, you got to know that he ain't much to look at. And hell, I think he died when he was 20 or 21. He wasn't very old. And his era didn't, or his period out here in the West wasn't long. I mean, it was 4 years, 5 years, in that range. It was a pretty short bubble. So we're coming in kind of the back way. We're coming from Ruidoso into Ruidoso. So we'll come by the casino up here on the right, and then there'll be Walmart will be on the left, and Rusty better slow down because it's 45 and I'm going 50. But having been through here a few times, see, I know the back way to get out of here and over to Fort Stanton, and that's where I got to go. Right past the fort, about 2 miles or so, is where the BLM campground is. They have two there. One is no fee. There's two Bureau of Land Management campgrounds near Fort Stanton. One is no charge, but there's nothing there. They got some little covers and stuff with a little place to sit, concrete paths, but not for parking your RV. They're not concrete, it's gravel, and they're not really that level. But it's right there by you got to go down a washboard road for about 2.5 to 3 miles to get to it, and I just don't like that. So we should be coming close to Wally World. I think this is the road Wally World's on. I could be wrong. Have I ever been wrong? Yes. Uh-oh. You know, if that's the case, and this ain't, that is Wally World up there, isn't it? Nope. Okay, we want to go to Capitan, so I got to go all the way across here. I guess I can turn out of this lane. Can I? Can I turn out of this lane? No, I don't think so. So let's get over here. This is Sutterth. Yeah, we need to get on. I need to do my Google thing here. This guy on this motorcycle is going to either hit me or something. Welcome to Ruidoso. We'll let this run a few minutes. I don't know how long it's been, but this is coming in another direction to Ruidoso, and I'm just going to try to follow this is Gaviland Canyon Road. That's where one I want to get on. Oh, I see. Okay, I've just turned around a little bit. I got it now. I got it now. I know where I am now, guys. We're in harmony and all of that stuff. This Gavilan, I guess I'm pronouncing it right, Canyon Road is a back way to get around the downtown tourist traffic. Even though you can't go very fast on this road, I'm in absolutely no hurry anyway, so it doesn't really matter. How long has this been going on? Not too long. Let's let it go here, guys. Okay, I gotta get out of these people's way here. Speed limit 25, and it's not the smoothest road in the world, but it's not horrible. But anyway, this is Gavilan. I don't know what it is. It's a back road. They got several RV parks on this road. That's a mobile home park, but up here just past it is, well, you can park RVs in there too, I imagine. Anyway, I won't say much, but anyway, you got the idea now on what my plans are. Oh, there's some elk, or female elk. What do they call those? Elkies. That's a RV park on the right there, and they should be filling up because we're getting close to that time of the year. Yep, I do enjoy this traveling around, but you know, what most viewers want to see is these interviews with people camping different ways, and I think I've just about done every way that there is, or a lot of them anyway, and so I'll probably lay low on that unless I just see something really interesting. We're up to almost 17 now, miles per gallon. Ruidoso, New Mexico. Ruidoso means loud, I think, in Spanish. I'm glad the speed limit's 25 because I am in no hurry. Trucks entering highway. Well, that's interesting. Here's some joggers that are trying to commit suicide. You know, jogging down a main highway, never mind. Different strokes for different folks. There is a walking trail off to the left there, not too far. You can't jog on a walking trail, is that a rule? May the 30th, 2019. The time is about, let me check, I'll tell you. It is 10:40 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Temperature right here, right now, shows to be 64 degrees. Partly cloudy, but that's not unusual around Ruidoso because these mountains kind of slow the clouds down, and then they bunch up and you get a little rain here. That's how come they got a forest here. I'm not real excited about forests. I mean, they are pretty to pass to drive through, but as far as staying in one, I'm not real fond of that because I like the wide open views. I feel safer when I can see all around me. Because in the trees, sometimes old Bubba Bear or Pearl Panther or whatever you want to call it can be hiding out there and you can't see them. And they can also climb trees and jump down on kind of hard to do that out in the desert where there's no trees. We can speed up to 30 now. There's another RV park here called Hall's RV Park up here on the left. Got a lot of them up here, man. A lot of RV parks, and they're not cheap. Well, to me, everything's relative, okay? But here, yeah, this one, I think this one's around $500 a month. Plus, you got to pay your electricity on top of it, and it ain't much. I promise you. You don't have. If you have slide outs, I'm not sure it would work. Maybe it would. Yeah, it's good to have these videos to do when I'm taking these trips because it gives me something to do and somebody to talk to. We're probably 25 minutes from the Bureau of Land Management campground that I'm going to. Now, there's nothing available. It's not a big problem. I'll just wheel over to Valley of the Fires and spend a few days. The Valley of the Fires is actually a good campground when the wind is calm like it is now. That we've kind of got out of the springtime winds, which can be very high. I mean, they'll gust up to 30, 40 miles an hour, and that's not fun to walk in or sit out and observe nature in. One of the things I see people doing that I never have been able to do, I see them sitting outside in the direct sunlight reading a book. And I never have been able to do that. It's just too bright. I mean, you need enough light to read, but my God, the sun out here is so bright on a clear day. That's a rock. I run over a rock. We're climbing a little bit here. It takes a while to get around downtown Ruidoso using this quote shortcut, but a lot of people use it because there's no stoplights out here. If you go through the main dragway, there's a lot, just red light after red light after red light. There's Homestead Street, and we're on Gavilan or Gavilan. I guess it's Gavilan Canyon Road. And the good thing about this BLM campground, it's only about, I'd say 15 or less, probably 12 miles from Ruidoso to go shopping, and about 6 miles to Capitan, which is a very good location for me. And as far as how long you can stay there, I read the sign and all the stuff several times, and I've never seen any restriction that says 2 weeks unless that's just understood, and I don't know that. Yeah, we'll end the video right up here. We come to an intersection. I go right towards Capitan. Ruidoso on a Thursday morning. Yeah, the horse races have started now at the racetrack here in Ruidoso. They have them on Fridays and Saturdays. I think they start around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I may go to a horse race, but boy, the crowds, I'm not big on crowds, so we'll see. If I get real horse racy, I'll go do it. Drinking my green decaf tea with a little honey in it. tastes pretty good. I finished my dark chocolate almonds a long time ago. You know, it's so good to RV now that I've kind of mellowed out in my older years because I'm in no hurry whatsoever. And it seemed like several years ago I was always kind of stressed out. I mean, even when I get ready to hook up, I was kind of in a hurry. And now I just am not. And for the past, I'd say 2 or 3, 4 years, it's been pretty mellow, even camping in the Prius and with going in the truck. Ruidoso is not a very large town. I want to say it's about 6,000 or 7,000 people. I could be wrong, but that number comes to mind. That's the permanent population. In the summer, that probably triples. And maybe in the winter, they do a lot of skiing here. People from Texas come up here and they think this is heaven. This and Cloudcroft. 2 reasons. It's not that long a drive from most places in Texas, and the climate in the summer is much better than what they get in most places in Texas. A lot of people come up here and they get hooked on this and they buy a home, or they want to buy a place. Believe me, you got to know I wanted to. I looked Hillsboro, I was right on the bubble. Am I glad that fell through? Yeah, gosh, yes. Now, you know, looking back, because I'd have missed I wouldn't have done any of those interviews that I did at Oliver Lee State Park. All of that would have been a zero. I'd have been in Hillsboro. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end the video now. This is Rusty78609 saying thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye, buy anything you want. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all my videos. Why? Because I get a small commission, doesn't cost you a penny. I'm required now to direct you to a product or group of products rather than the home page. They didn't like that. So anyway, when you get there, if you don't like what I put up, we'll just bypass it and go on shopping, because as long as you do it during that shopping session, I get a small commission. Anyway, drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, you know, keep your health, whatever it is. Stand guard at the door of your mind, you know, take deep breaths, do all that stuff. But anyway, guys, leaving Ruidoso now and headed to the Bureau of Land Management campground near Fort Stanton. This is me saying adios, amigos, bye-bye.